A wise man should consider that health is the greatest of human blessings, and learn how by his own thought to derive benefit from his illnesses. There are in fact two things, science and opinion. The former begets knowledge, the latter ignorance. Make a habit of two things, to help, or at least to do no harm. Wherever the art of medicine is loved, there is also a love of humanity. Cure sometimes, treat often, comfort always. Prayer indeed is good, but while calling on the gods a man should himself lend a hand. It's far more important to know what person the disease has than what disease the person has. Keep a watch also on the faults of the patients, which often make them lie about the taking of things prescribed. For if a man by magical arts and sacrifices will bring down the moon, and darken the sun, and induce storms, or fine weather, I should not believe that there was anything divine, but human, in these things, provided the power of the divine were overpowered by human knowledge and subjected to it. Disease is not an entity, but a fluctuating condition of the patient's body, a battle between the substance of disease and the natural self-healing tendency of the body. Eunuchs do not take the gout, nor become bald. When sleep puts an end to delirium, it is a good symptom. Cure sometimes, treat often, and comfort always. All disease begins in the gut. All parts of the body which have a function, if used in moderation and exercised in labors in which each is accustomed, become thereby healthy, well developed, and age more slowly. But if in use they become liable to disease, defective in growth, and age quickly. The physician must be able to tell the antecedents, know the present, and foretell the future, must mediate these things, and have two special objects in view with regard to disease, namely, to do good or to do no harm. If we could give every individual the right amount of nourishment and exercise, not too little and not too much, we would have found the safest way to health. Extreme remedies are very appropriate for extreme diseases. Natural forces within us are the true healers of disease. The soul is the same in all living creatures, although the body of each is different. Healing is a matter of time, but it is sometimes also a matter of opportunity. People think that epilepsy is divine simply because they don't have any idea what causes epilepsy. But I believe that someday we will understand what causes epilepsy, and at that moment, we will cease to believe that it's divine. And so it is with everything in the universe. Life is short, art long, opportunity fleeting, experience treacherous, judgment difficult. The life so short, the craft so long to learn. Declare the past, diagnose the present, foretell the future. As to diseases, make a habit of two things, to help, or at least, to do no harm. Illnesses do not come upon us out of the blue. They are developed from small daily sins against nature. When enough sins have accumulated, illnesses will suddenly appear. Everyone has a doctor in him or her, we just have to help it in its work. The natural healing force within each one of us is the greatest force in getting well. Our food should be our medicine. Our medicine should be our food. But to eat when you are sick is to feed your sickness. The physician treats, but nature heals. The natural healing force within each one of us is the greatest force in getting well. It's far more important to know what person the disease has than what disease the person has. Leave your drugs in the chemist's pot if you can heal the patient with food. Positive health requires a knowledge of man's primary constitution and of the powers of various foods, both those natural to them and those resulting from human skill. But eating alone is not enough for health. There must also be exercise, of which the effects must likewise be known. The combination of these two things makes regimen, when proper attention is given to the season of the year, the changes of the wind, the age of the individual, and the situation of his home. If there is any deficiency in food or exercise, the body will fall sick.